To couch, you need to bring up your bobbin thread. Whoops. Bring up my bobbin thread. There it is. I'm going to pull a long tail, and I'll secure that thread with 3 or 4 stitches. Then I'm going to use the dental tool end of the pick or knot tool, and I'm going to swipe it underneath the foot and draw that top thread into my hand and hold it. I'll secure it with 3 or 4 stitches. Repeat the process and push my applique back down since the Wonder Under's not working very well there. Secure the thread. I'm going to do this as many times as I want to make this tail as thick as I possibly can, to make it the size that I want it to be. Okay, now here comes the fun part. This is the aerobic activity that I have for the 3D threader. I'm going to go back and forth. My needle is going to follow the outside of my fabric, and I'm just going to swing this tail back and forth. That's the aerobic activity for the day. And I'm just going to follow along the whole outside of that purple piece, keeping my needle in a straight line. You can see where my laser light is, perhaps, and that's exactly where that needle is going to go. And I'm not moving the needle so much as I'm moving that tail. And I'm just doing a single stitch. Coming around this curve, I'm just going to make them nice and snug. I'm moving my needle just a little bit at a time. So we can go all the way around that applique piece. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, you can go a little faster. I'm going to switch sides maybe. I'm going to get over here to the very start place where I started. I'm going to go over it a couple of times, and then I'm going to do some securing stitches right along the edge. Pull my bobbin thread up, clip it, and then I'm going to clip this right up next to it. I have my little 3D threader couching outline around the center of my flower there. Makes it stand out pretty. When I couch with this pink thread, which I've already brought through my needle, and I've also changed my bobbin to be a pink bobbin as well, and I just chose one of the pinks that I had to put in the bobbin. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my bobbin thread, pull a tail, but this time I'm not going to pull it very long so I can show you something. I'll do my securing stitches, then take my pick or knot and draw a tail. But again, like I said, I'm only going to draw a short one so I can show you this demonstration, what you do when you get to the end of your tail but you still have a place to go. Secure those stitches. I think I'll just do one more time. Yeah, that looks good. Now you could twist this if you want to. I really haven't seen that it makes a whole lot of difference. I'm going to go ahead and got it secure there. And we're going to do the aerobic activity. We're swinging, right? One side to the other. And my needle is just following along the edge of that border. Whoops. Okay. Okay, down here at the end, I'm running out of tail. So what I'm going to do is I get to some point where I run out of tail, I'm going to secure the stitch. I'm going to draw a nice long tail. Secure the stitch again. Draw another tail out. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to the corner. When I'm in a corner, I'm going to make sure that I stitch back and forth in that corner twice, and then come back to the center and turn my thread. Then I'm going to go stitch on each side again. Okay, you notice that I've got some long tails and I got some short tails. Well, these little loops are going to stand out when I get down past there, so I'll just clip those off when the time is right. But I'm going to pull out another tail to add. Add another tail. And probably can't see it that way, can you? Okay. You see these extra tails here? I'm just going to clip those off in a little bit. I'm just going to keep adding to my tail as I go along. Now, this is all done manually on, by hand. I'm just, turning it back and forth myself, but you can do this on your computerized machines. Let me show you how that goes about happening. I'll secure that off, bring up my bobbin and clip it. Then for the Statler Stitcher, which is what I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw a point-to-point line across my border. And I'll set my machine speed down to 10. And then I'll secure it and I'll let it sewing the point to point. And all I have to do is swing this and it'll sew in an even rate for me. Let me show you how that works. So we'll go to set it up on the computer. We'll mark our line across the bottom of the quilt where I want that couching to be, and I'll just stop right there. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and let the computer take over. Okay. Bring up that bobbin thread. Okay, you gotta be quick when you're doing this though. So I'm letting the sewing machine do the work and I'm just swinging it back and forth, getting my aerobic activity. So we'll stop there and trim this up, make it look good. My extra here, bring up my bobbin thread, clip it. Then here's my extra loops. And we'll just take the scissor and clip them back. And it'll make it look, it kind of makes it look like a little braid, a braided kind of couching thing going on there. Yep, right up there. So your computer can be used when you're couching as well. Kind of makes it a little bit more consistent too. That was a little loopy, but must have pulled that one up a little bit.